Hi everybody, welcome to Still the Mom's Word of the Week. I'm Maria and I'm so glad that you're here. Today is April 14th, 2021. Today we're going to talk about teenagers. You remember being a teen, or maybe you're still a teen, I'm not sure who all's watching. You had suddenly discovered that you knew all there was to know about life and no one could tell you anything. You felt that you knew better than the adults around you because they were too old to understand, and you were no longer a little kid who knew absolutely nothing about life. You may think I'm speaking disparagingly of teens, but I promise I'm not. In reality, I adore young adults who are finding their way in life. And I think the process they go through at this age is one of learning to exert their independence. I feel this is an important transition from childhood to being an adult, and I fully believe it's better not to wrestle against teens as they learn, but to allow them the space to see for themselves that both young and old still have much wisdom to offer. Don't worry, they'll get there, or you'll get there. All that said, there is only one who truly does know all things, and he is the one that we should go to when we lack knowledge and wisdom. Today's Word of the Week will tap a little more into our faith and who God is than some other weeks might have. Our word is omniscient, and the definition of omniscient is having infinite knowledge or knowing all things. And I'm firm in my stance that God alone fits this description. I may believe that I know everything or that I've learned all there is to know about life, but the older I get personally, the less I realize I know. It takes humility to arrive at this conclusion. There's no shame in admitting that you don't know everything and that you'll be learning and growing for the rest of your life. So what kinds of things does God know? And how can His knowledge benefit my life? Not everyone goes to God for advice and wisdom. Certainly, those who don't yet know Him are not likely to ask for His help, though I believe that He would hear them and He would help them because I believe that He cares about them and He wants a relationship with all of those that are created in His image. But what about those of us who do know Him? How much more should we go to Him in all things, seeking not only His help, but also His direction? I keep coming back to this theme. I don't know if you've noticed it, if you've been reading my writings and listening to my videos, but this is a theme that God keeps bringing back around in my life. And it's that theme of the fact that He's laid a path before us, and He wants to help us find that so that we can walk in the places that He's called us. So here's some questions. Why don't we ask for His input? Is it because of pride? Or is it because of laziness? Or maybe we just simply forget that we have Him as a resource. My dad used to speak prophetic words, and many of them repeated this phrase. I've heard this over and over and over out of his mouth while he was still living. He would say, "I am your source. Come to me." And he would say it very authoritatively. You could tell that my dad knew God. He had learned what we all need to know, and that is that we are never too old or too young to humble ourselves and to go to God. As a matter of fact, God doesn't want us coming to Him just so that we can get knowledge and information. He wants us to come because He loves us and He wants to hang out with us. Yes, just like you would with your best friend. Have you ever just sat in God's presence? Just a little hint there. He's always with you. So no matter what you're doing or where you are, He is there, but there are times when we have to be quiet so that we can be aware that He's with us. And when you were sitting with Him, if you've done this yet, and if you haven't, this will be instructive. But if you were sitting with Him, have you ever asked Him how He's doing? Now I realize He's God, He's perfect, He doesn't have need of anything, but if this is about relationship, then it should go both ways. So then, if you ask Him how He was, and then you waited to listen to see what He might have to say, did you ever think to ask Him what might be on His heart, and then take time to listen? But you know, He longs to speak to us. He really does. He wants it to be a two-way conversation. Too often we go into prayer with our mouths open, just ready to talk and pour out our complaints, without even considering that God knows what we need even before we get there. Even before a word comes out of our mouth, the Bible tells us that He knows what we have need of, and that He already has answers to all of our questions. If He's omniscient, He has all knowledge. So, what if we instead sat with Him and told Him how much we love and appreciate Him in our lives? What if instead we just sat and told Him how thankful we were for everything that He's already done for us and everything that He's already given us? I don't know about you, but I've been blessed beyond measure. And if He never gave me another blessing, I honestly have all that I need. That doesn't mean that I don't experience pain or disappointment, anger, fear, frustration, things like that. Of course I do. And I know you do too. But when my eyes focus on the blessings that He's poured out, then I tend to forget about the pain. Or at least the pain is put into proper perspective. It may not totally go away, but it kind of becomes minimized. So when the world seems crazy, and it certainly does seem crazy right now, remember this, would you? That there is one who sees it all. He knows what's happening at the very deepest level, even things that we don't know anything about. And He not only has a plan, but He's in complete control. I want to invite you to do something today. I want to invite you to sit with God and to ask Him what's on His heart. And when you do that, I have a feeling that you're going to watch your troubles fade into the background. I want to thank you for joining me again today for Still the Mom's Word of the Week. As a reminder, the word was omniscient. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to say, if you enjoyed the video this week, would you please share it? Would you please hit the like button? If you haven't already, would you please subscribe? And if you'd like to be notified when my next video is live, please hit the little bell over to your right, and that'll notify you when a new video is up. Thank you again for joining me for Still the Mom's Word of the Week.